A dream for a restoration of sovereignty, strenuous efforts for independence, and realization of democratic rights in the middle of chaotic and lost age. It was a desperate shout which connects us together, who are all different in living and situations. Semi-mandatory debt of 13 million won was put into people who had nothing. After Japan-Korea Treaty in 1905, Japan offered a large amount of loan to our government as a part of colonialization policy. Accumulated debts gradually constricting economic interference and imprisonment of Japan. At the moment of crisis in country loss, National Debt Redemption Movement was proposed from Daegu Daedong Gwangun Committee on 29 January 1907, started from intellectual and local businessmen including Kim Kwang-jae, So Sang-do. They suggested paying off 13 million won's debt to Japan through an anti-smoking campaign. 21st of February the same year, the challenge for restoring national right was started from reciting prospectus of national debt redemption at Bokudong outside Seomun Market, Daegu region. From normals to beggars, butchers, lumberjacks, greengrocers, etc., men participated in the donation drive by quitting smoking and drinking. Women sold jewelry and supplemented their living expenses. Women's spontaneous participation particularly contributed to the spread of Women's Association to the whole country, which was started from Daegu region. This was non-violence resistant movement voluntarily started for the purpose of restoring national sovereignty. The whole nation was united and it was sublimated into a Save the Nation movement trying to overcome the national crisis. National Debt Redemption Movement failed under Japanese oppression. Although we didn't achieve our goal, we saw the goal and hope for independence desired by people living in the Dark Ages. There were people and press in the middle of the movement. The press, including Korea Daily News, published the state of funds and contribution. The groups which were pursuing the Enlightenment movement, including Daehan Jaganghae and the Young Men's Christian Association, held forums and lectures to spread duties of people in a weak country and pleaded for their participation in the Save the Nation movement. The reason why non-smoking campaigns started from Daegu could become a nationwide Save the Nation movement was attributed to the heated response and support of newspaper and patriotic Enlightenment groups.
국채보상운동은 당시 일제의 억압 속 경제적 독립을 위해 공동체적인 모금운동과 저널리즘이 결합되어 만들어진 한국 최초의 언론 캠페인으로 볼 수 있습니다.
국가의 악성 외채를 국민의 책임으로 갚겠다는 이 운동은 세계적으로도 그 유래를 찾기가 어렵습니다. 20세기 초 한국에서 일어난 이 운동의 정신은 21세기에서도 여전히 유효할 것입니다. 부채의 늪에 빠진 세계 경제에 새로운 질서를 제시하는 시대 정신이 될 수 있기 때문입니다.
Korea's first worldwide donation drive and the first feminine movement, the first press campaign, and the first student movement, etc. National Debt Redemption Movement has brought people to reason and at the same time become the foundation of Korean citizen movement. The sense of nation's responsibility has become a foundation for product savings movement, and during the financial crisis of Korea in 1997, Gold Collection Movement was reappeared as the second national debt redemption movement. Historical records showing traces of the national debt redemption movement tell us the whole process of movement between 1907 and 1910. The number of records is about 2,475, including handwritten notes which recorded its beginning, sequence, diffusion, and spreading, and press records which recorded Japanese residency general, and the commentary of movement. These are historical and unique data containing the process of nations' donation movement, and at the same time, it's also globally significant since they contain the sense of nations' responsibility formed during the course of modernization in East Asia and the process of peaceful thoughts. National Debt Redemption Movement was a Save the Nation movement of Korea, but if we avert our eyes, it adds a new meaning to us. The 21st century's world economy paralyzed of indebtedness, the gap between affluent, powerful countries and weak countries with poverty and disease. Under this circumstance, the spirit of national debt redemption movement we're facing with gives us a lesson that we can coexist with global citizens by having a sense of responsibilities in overcoming individualistic and capitalistic global orders. In the 21st century, the spirit of national debt redemption movement and its records are shining in the sense of global civility. National Debt Redemption Movement is our valuable conviction as a heritage of humanity and is worth shared with world civil society. In 1907, economically anti-Japanese movement which all people were united aiming to restore nation's sovereignty. It was a movement where a nation's responsibility was regarded as duty, and it's become a foundation for the society of responsibility required for world civil society today. Living in troubled times today, the spirit of national debt redemption movement emphasizing a responsibility rather than rights is a psychological asset of humanity which we should preserve.